Good morning, my team, my friends, my brothers. Hey, just want to take a minute and share with you something that was provoking to me this morning. Was reading in Romans 4 about Abraham and him being justified by faith. And just a couple things. Here's what it says. It says, "For if Abraham was justified by works, he has something to boast about, but not before God. For what does the scripture say?" It says, Abraham believed God, and it was counted to him as righteousness. He believed. Abraham believed God. It wasn't the works. It wasn't what he did. It was ultimately why he did it that was counted as righteousness. Thing I was thinking this morning when I looked up righteousness, because sometimes I just like to look at definitions and see if it'll just allow me to go a little deeper in understanding what the scripture says. And ironically, the thing that was provoking to me this morning was this idea of the use of the word righteous as slang. I don't even remember the movie, but I know there was a movie where they used the term righteous, and it was meant to be excellent. Like something was righteous, it was excellent, it was awesome. And you know what? We are striving for excellence. And I started to think, like, what allows us to achieve excellence at Integrity? What is counted truly as excellence or righteousness in the way that we do our jobs? And what needs to happen in order for us to be kind of living in that realm? And the thing that just stood out to me was this idea of we have to believe. We have to believe and have faith in what this just says that I just read to you. It says, "For what does Scripture say?" Guys, you've all heard it. We're crazy enough to believe that God has told us in Scripture exactly how we are meant to run this business. But at the end of the day, it's not the act of doing something that's counted as righteousness. It's the heart with which we do it. It's the heart that believes. It's the heart that has faith, that says, you know what? I believe so deeply in that truth that it impacts and affects my actions. And so it's caused me to ask the question, what do we believe? You're going to see an email from me where I want to start to compile some we believe statements. The email is going to be simple. It's going to say we believe and have a blank. And then it's going to say therefore and have a blank. What do we believe? And since we believe X, therefore we act Y. We do a certain thing. Guys, it's not about what we do. It's not about our works. That is never what was credited to Abraham as righteousness or being excellent. What was credited to him was what he believed. He acted according to what he believed. And so you know what? I don't want anybody just going through the motions at Integrity. I want to spend time asking the question, what do we believe? I want to spend time with each of us digging a little deeper and understanding the why we do things at Integrity. Because if we understand the why and we actually believe in it, then we're going to do it. Then we're not going to have to be managed by someone else. Then we're not going to have to begrudgingly do something, but we're going to get it and we're going to have faith in it. We're going to believe in it. And if we believe in it, then we're going to wholeheartedly do it. And that's the whole point. What's an example? An example is we believe that we're called to be servants. Therefore, we look selflessly at every opportunity and consider the interests of our customers more important than our own. We have to believe that that's true. Are we servants? Has God called us to serve our customers? If He has, therefore, there's a way to do it. It's there for a reason. You guys have all heard that. I'm not trying to be corny, but the reality is, what do we believe? And if we haven't thought long and hard about what we believe, then we probably have no idea how what we believe is meant to impact our actions. It goes on in Romans 4 and more towards the end of this section, he says, and to make him the father of the circumcised, who are not merely circumcised, but who also walk in the footsteps of faith. Circumcision was just an act. It was an act to say, hey, look at us. We're circumcised. We're righteous before the Lord. Abraham knew it was never about the act. As a matter of fact, earlier in that passage, it says, when was the righteousness credited to him? Was it before or after he was circumcised? And it says clearly, it was before he was circumcised. Righteousness was already credited to him because of the faith that he had, because of what he believed, not what he did. And so I want us to spend some time thinking about what is it that we believe? What do we believe at Integrity? I want to know what you believe. I want to know what we as a team and as a company should be believing. I want to go back to this verse that I read earlier and ask the question, what does Scripture say? Because that's what we need to believe. If God has penned it on the pages of Scripture, He means it. He means it for our good. It's meant to guide us. It's meant to lead us. What does Scripture say? What a wonderful question that we should be asking in basically all decisions that we're making in life. What road should I take? What path should I go on? What decision should I make? What does Scripture say? What does Scripture say? Hopefully, when we ask the question, what does Scripture say? We go and we look. We see what Scripture says. And then by the Spirit of God that dwells in us, we'll have the grace to believe in faith that that truth is meant for us. It's meant to impact us. It's meant to inform how we act so that we don't just go through the motions. I want to release all of us from going through the motions. I don't want us to be driven by what does the Integrity Employee Handbook say, and I do it just because the handbook says it. I hope that what we're doing can be traced back a little further to a deeper truth. What does Scripture say? And guys, I want us to ask that question, to think long and hard about what Scripture says. And then I want us to have answers to the question, what do we believe? So please join me, guys. This week, these next couple of weeks, things are slow in many regards. We should have a little more time. Will you take time to ask the question, what do I believe? And let's make some we believe statements so that we can say, I believe this, therefore I do this. Guys, thanks. I know this one's a little long, but I just needed to get this off my heart, hopefully into your ears, so that you can join me in the pursuit of just asking the Lord, what do we believe? And how is that meant to impact our actions? We want to do things excellently. What we want counted to us are not our actions. We want what is counted to us to be founded in what we believe. We want what we believe to be counted as righteousness or excellence. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.